Hi everyone, good to have you in class today. This is E Plus Academic Resource Center where we take online tutorials for undergraduate and senior secondary students, okay? Thank you for staying, thank you for subscribing, thank you for the support and everything, okay? So quickly, let's delve into today's class. Today we'll be looking at business finance, we'll be looking at present value. Under present value, we'll be looking at all these concepts. Then we'll look at, after this, we'll look at effective rate of return, okay? Effective interest rate, sorry, EIR. Now, before we explain these terms, I've drafted like 4 questions that will help us understand how this concept works, okay? We're going to solve them one after the other. But before then, let's look at what this concept is all about. And again, let's not forget, when we say business finance, we have grouped business finance, project evaluation, and business math. We have grouped them as one in a playlist. So when you go to our YouTube channel, when you check the playlist, you see business finance, project evaluation, and business math as one in a playlist as one, because their concepts are very similar. Okay, they are very similar. So there was no need separating them. So we group them as one. All right. Okay. Now, when we say present value, what do we mean? From a layman's language, present value simply means the value of money now. Okay, so present value is simply the future cash flow or inflow that is equivalent to a specified amount to be received or paid in the future. Okay, a future what? Cash flow. When we say cash flow, money coming in, cash outflow or outflow, money going out. Okay, that is equivalent to what is to be received or paid in the future. That's what we mean by present value. No much talk about that one. Now, under present value, we want to look at present value of a lump sum. Now, when we say present value of a lump sum, present value of a lump sum is simply a fixed amount, okay? A fixed amount to be received, or how a fixed amount that will be received in the future is valued in today's money. How a fixed amount that is to be received in the future is valued in today's money. That's what we mean by present value of a lump sum. Are you with me? So now, when we say present value of perpetuity, when an annuity is expected to occur indefinitely, when we say indefinitely, meaning infinite, when an annuity is expected to occur indefinitely, it's simply known as perpetuity. From an English term, perpetuity, you know what we mean by perpetuity. It simply means something that is unending in the future, okay? So when an annuity is expected to occur indefinitely, it's called present value of what? Perpetuity. Now, the process of determining the present value of a fixed amount is what we call discounting. Okay? We call it discounting. Discounting, that's the process of determining the present value of what? A fixed amount. Okay? Now, when we say present value of an uneven series of receipts, now this is what we mean. It's simply the sum of the present value of what? Dividends component of stream, okay? Sum of the present value of a dividend component, the sum of it is what we call what is known as the present value of uneven series of receipt. For instance, if I have a share or a stock investment with a company and I'm expected to receive maybe in the next 1 to 4 years, I'm expected to receive 100 naira in the first year, 200 in the second year, 300 in the third year, 400 naira in the fourth year. Now, the sum of those streams of income, after applying the discounting factor, gives me what? The present value of the what? Uneven series of receipts. Are we together? Do you understand? That's what we simply mean by that. What the addition of the present value of streams of income, especially from dividend. Okay, we're going to solve 1 or 2 questions that will help us understand all these concepts better. Then after we solve those questions, then we're going to look at effective interest rate. Are you ready? Okay, so I have drafted some questions. I'm going to share them on the screen as well. So that you have a look at them and also practice them on your own. Are we together? All right. So now let's begin with present value of a lump sum. Okay, now the formula is given as P equal to A bracket 1 plus R raised to power what? Minus N. Okay, that's the present value of a lump sum. Now I have a question here. Mr. Chinedu will receive 500 naira in 3 years' time. The appropriate discount rate is 9%. What is the present value of the money to be received? Okay, now this formula I gave you here is for when it is compounded once in a year. Okay, once in a year. But if it is more than once in a year, what you have here is over M, then minus Mn. That's the difference. Okay, let me not confuse you. So P equal to A bracket 1 plus R, okay, over M raised to power minus Mn. This is more than once in a year. More than once in a year. Okay? More than once in a year. This formula is for once in a year. This one is more than once in a year. Okay? So now when we say more than once in a year, we mean maybe weekly. Weekly is 52 times in a year. When we say monthly, 12 times in a year. When we say quarterly, 4 times in a year. When we say, biannually, twice in a year. Okay, that's what we mean by more than once in a year. While this one is just annually, once in a year. Okay, so now let's solve this question. Mr. Chinedu will receive 500 naira in 3 years' time. The appropriate discount rate is 9%. What is the present value of the money to be received? Now, if you check now, is this more than once in a year or annually? This is annually. Once in a year, that is 3 times in a year. Okay, so this is the formula we are applying. So the present value will be 500, because A here is 500 from our question now. Then R here is 9%. Then N here is what? 3. Okay, so let's substitute. We have 1 plus 9% will give us 0.09. Okay, minus raised to power 3. P equal to 500. Okay, 500 bracket 1 plus, this is 1.09 raised to power minus 3, and P equal to 500. Okay, I'll need to get my calculator now. Okay, so 500, the 1.09 raised to the power of 1.09 raised to the power of minus 3, which is 0.77218. Okay, so let's multiply it by 500. Okay, we have P is equal to 386.09, which is approximately 386. So this is our present value. Hello, do you understand it? Please, if you don't understand it, use the comment section to ask me any question. Now, this is for annually, when it's compounded once in a year. Now, if it is more than once in a year, this is the formula you use. If we say it's compounded monthly, that is 12 times in a year. So what you just do, just follow the same pattern. Then when you get here, where you have M, just put 12. M, just put 12. If it is monthly, okay? All right, so that's that. So we'll move over to the next one. Are we ready? So the next one says B, present value of perpetuity. Present value of what? Perpetuity. Okay? So now the formula is given as P equal to R all over R. We have a question here. It said, an investor in E Plus PLC expects a perpetual sum of 2,000 naira annually from his investment in the company. What is the present value of the perpetuity if his interest rate is 20%? Now, the big R here, this big R here is what? 2,000 naira. That is what? The perpetual sum of investment. While the small r here is the what? Discount. That is 20%. Okay? So here we'll just have 2,000. Okay, divided by 20% is 0.2, right? Yes, 20% is 0.2. Okay, so you just divide. So let's see. Okay, 200 divided by 0.2, which is 1000. Okay, so P is equal to 1000. Okay, no, sorry, not 200, 2000, sorry. 2000 divided by 0.2, which is 10,000. Okay, so our present value of perpetuity is what? 10,000. As simple as that, straight to the point. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Are we together? Please subscribe if you know you're getting value from this class. Subscribe, invite people, share this video so that others can see it. Are you ready for the next one? Let's go. So the next one is present value of uneven series of receipts. Okay, that's the next one. So the formula is given as P is equal to R all over 1 plus R, okay, R1 plus R2 all over 1 plus R, okay, 2 plus R3 all over 1 plus R raised to power 3 up to RT 1 plus T raised to power what? Rn, sorry. Rn 1 plus R raised to power what? N. Okay, this is the formula. R1 all over 1 plus R, close bracket, open bracket, like that. Or summation, in summary, we have summation of NT equal to, okay, RT all over 1 plus RT. That's the summation of it, okay? Now we are going to solve the question. It says here, where is the question again? Okay, an investor in E Plus PLC has the opportunity of receiving 500 Naira, 800 Naira, and 1000 Naira respectively at the end of 1 through 3 years. Find the present value of this stream of uneven cash flow if the interest rate is 10%. Okay, so now our R here are the streams of income, 500, 800, and 1000 respectively. Okay, 1 to 3 years. Then the discount here, the interest rate here is 10%. So we have the first one is 500, okay, all over 1 plus, the rate is 10%. 10% is 0.1, right? Okay, plus R2 here is 800 plus, okay, 1 plus 0.1 raised to power 2, okay, plus the next one is 1000, okay, 1 plus 1 plus 0.1 raised to power 3, okay. So now 500 all over 1 plus, you have 1.1 plus 800 all over 1.1 raised to power 2, okay, plus 1000 all over 1.1 raised to power what? 3. Okay, let's continue here. So let's use our calculator now. So we have 500 divided by 1.1, that is 4. Okay, let's get this first. 500 all over 1.1 plus 800 all over 1.1 raised to power 2, 1.1 raised to the power of 2, 1.21, okay, plus 1000 all over 1.1 raised to the power of 3, that is 1.331, okay. So let's divide now. 500 divided by 1.1, which is 454.5 plus 800 divided by 1.21, which is 661.15. So I round up, making 2. Okay, plus 1000 divided by 1.331, which is 754 751.3. Okay, so let's add up all these figures. We have 4.454.5 plus 661.2, okay, plus 751.3, which is 1,867. Therefore, present value is equal to 1,867. Are we together? Do you understand it? Please use the comment section if you don't understand it. If you're getting value from this question, subjects, if you're getting value from what you're doing, please subscribe. Okay, so that is, we have solved some questions on this, some typical examples. So we are going to look at effective interest rate. Are you ready? Now, when we talk about effective interest rate, okay, now this is what we mean by effective interest rate. If you check, for those of you who take loans from bank and other firms, you see that you have a specific interest rate to pay as interest. Okay, now that interest rate is called the nominal or the normal interest rate. Okay, for loan and other securities, either you call it the normal or the nominal interest rate. Now, when that interest rate is to be paid or received more than once in a year, it's called the effective interest rate. And normally the effective interest rate is usually higher than the nominal or normal interest rate. As simple as that. Do you understand? Are we together? Let me come again. For securities and other loan facilities, you will see that there are specific interest rates on the form or agreement, whatever. That interest rate is known as the nominal or normal interest rate. Now, when you are supposed to pay or receive interest rates more than once in a year, it is no longer nominal or normal. It is now effective interest rate. And the effective interest rate is usually higher than the normal interest rate or nominal interest rate. Do you understand? Then the formula is given as effective interest rate is equal to 1 plus R over M, close bracket, M minus 1. Okay? Effective interest rate, 1 plus R over M, close bracket, open bracket, raised to power M minus 1. Okay? This M here is the number of times it is compounded in a year. Okay? Why this one is the rate of interest. Are you together? Are we together? Are we together? Do you understand what I'm saying? Okay, now let's look at a typical example. The example here says E Plus Limited offered an annual interest rate of 15%, okay, on her deposit account with the bank. What is the effective rate of interest if the compounding is done quarterly and monthly? If the interest is done quarterly and monthly. Okay, I will solve for quarterly while you solve for monthly. Do you understand? Now, let's get our parameters out. Now, the rate here is what? 15%, okay, which is equal to 0.15. Okay, then the M here is quarterly is 4 times. Okay, 4 times in a year. I'll do quarterly while you try monthly. Okay, then what else do we need? I think that's all. So let's solve. So we have effective interest rate is equal to 1 plus rate is 0.15 all over M, 4 raised to power 4 minus 1. Okay, so 1 plus 0.15 divided by 4, 0.15 divided by 4 is 0.0375, okay, raised to power 4 minus 1. Now 0, this will give us 1.0375 raised to power 4 minus 1. This will give us 1.0375 raised to the power of 4. We have 1.158650 minus 1, okay? So this will be minus 1 now, okay, equal to minus 1. So we have 0.158,650. which is approximately 0.15. Okay, 0.15. Let's round up 6, 2 decimal place. Okay, 1 2 round up, so we have 0.16. Okay, 0.16. Okay, 0.16. If you multiply your answer by 100, it will give you the percentage. So 0.16 times 100 will give you 16%. So you see now, the effective interest rate is higher than the nominal interest rate, which is what? 15%. Are we together? Do you understand? So this is basically what interest rate is all about. So you try the one for monthly and give me your answer. Snap your answers, send them to the comment section of our Facebook page. I will go through it and say it. Okay, we are going to stop here for today. In our next class, we are going to be looking at another interesting topic. Okay, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for engaging. Okay, if you know we are giving value, please invite people, share this video so that others can see it and be part of what we're doing. See you in the next class. Bye-bye.